Okay guys, welcome back to episode 2 of our Halloween game. Today we are going to start working on laying out our buttons that we will use to act as our cards. So whenever you click on a card, it is actually going to be a button. When you click on the card, it will turn from showing you the back side of the card to showing you what is actually on the front side, the image that you need to match with another card. So that we're going to work on laying that out today. I think we are also going to try and work on getting our level select menu working, so that when you press on either the medium, hard, or easy, I think with the levels, you go into the game and that gets what's called, you see the difference. So if you pick easy, you'll see maybe 10 cards, and if you pick a high level, you obviously see more cards. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But before we do that, I want to change the buttons of our game so far, because here not yesterday, but the day before, these ones, we used this texture, not texture, like in a background image that we used. What is it? It is just the back button background that I downloaded off the internet. I don't like that. I don't think it fits in with the game properly, so we're going to make something from scratch quickly. Shouldn't take too long, should take about 10 seconds maybe, and then we'll import that in and see what it looks like. So let us jump into Adobe Xd, and I will put this this button background that I'm going to make will automatically be added into the GitHub repo, because it will be saved into the file. Okay, let's just make it here quick. Excuse my mess of a file here. This is where I create most of my art. So I'm going to probably make a button with this. I'm just going to paste it over here somewhere. Then we'll zoom in and we will customize it. So we don't want it to be blue, obviously, because Halloween is not blue. We want it to be an orange color, and then the border we want it to also be orangey color, maybe a darker color like that. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do, and then I'm going to export that straight into the project. So Halloween card game, Halloween game memory assets, Halloween game assets into here. This is going to be our button background, and that should we're going to override it and replace it with our new one, so that we don't have to change anything in the game. It automatically gets changed. So let's see, that looks a little bit better. What does it look like in our level select scene? So yeah, I think that looks a lot better already, so we'll keep that like that, and then we'll move on to what we're doing in today's episode. So today we are going to work on this quickly. Here, when we press easy, let's say when we press easy, we will make the game only have 10 cards. So that's 5 pairs. And then if you pick medium, we'll say 20 cards, so that's 10 pairs. And then obviously if you choose hard, we'll probably make that about 50, so there's 25 pairs. So let's go ahead and start to do that. So what we want to do is I want to create we've already got a global script here, so I'm going to open that up. And then in here, I'm just going to close this quickly, and I'm going to close this. So in our global script, I want to keep a reference to what level we're on. And to do that, I'm just going to keep it as an integer. So actually, do we want to do it as an integer? Yeah, we'll leave it as an integer for now. So here we'll say public static int level is equal to 10 for now. We'll keep the default level as easy. We'll keep that as 10. Or should we? Yeah, we'll keep it as 10. So we'll save that. And then what we want to do is we want to go to our level select manager here. And now we need to create our button methods for whenever we press these buttons. So to do that, I think what we will do is we will do this in a kind of clever way, I think. instead of making 3 separate buttons, we will just make one button and use the same button over and over again. So let's go and do that. Let's go and create this. So in here, we're going to do very similar to this back method, but here we will say public void level selected, like that. So in here, then we want to do is we want to copy that, and here we will say global dot game scene, and I'm going to go and make this. So I'm going to copy that and paste that in here, and I'm going to say this is going to be equal to game scene, and then change this also game. So that should get rid of our error over here, which it does. So in here, in our method, we're going to determine which button we're picking or which button we're pressing. I don't know if you can do that actually. Let's try it and see. So in here we will say debug.log. This will be game object.tag. Let's just see what that is. So we'll print out the tag of the button that gets pressed. So in here, let's go ahead and add our method onto all of these. So easy button up to our hard button. We want to add a on click event, which we already have. So let's go and click on our level selected method. So that should be fine. But now let's go and add a different tag onto all of these. So our easy button, obviously you want to create a new tag and say easy. Our medium button, we will add another tag on that and say medium, and then we will also add another one saying hard. Okay, so on our medium one, let's go and add that onto it. So medium needs to be medium, easy obviously easy, and then same with hard, needs to be hard. So we'll save that. Let's play the game now, and hopefully now whenever we press on these different buttons we get okay, so clearly that doesn't work, so let's see. Seeing game scene couldn't be loaded because okay, let's get rid of that quick. Why did I play the game? So if we go back in here, I'm going to comment that out just because we haven't created our game scene yet. Then let's go back into here and see what's happening. So let's play the game, and now we shouldn't get any errors, but we do get untagged. Okay, so let's see. Our easy button has an easy on it, medium, and hard. Okay, that's a bit strange. Object dot game object dot. Let's try this. Get component button dot tag. Okay, so here we need to import. Let's do that. Import Unity Game Engine.ui. So we'll save that. Hopefully now we can access this tag, otherwise we'll have to do this the hard way and create 3 separate methods for it. So let's press on easy. Okay, line 18. Okay, so clearly this is not working how I wanted it to work. The game object, we can't do that. So let's just go, let's try this. So dot already. Let us say transform dot tag. Maybe that will work. Just gotta try different things and hopefully one of them will eventually work. We'll try untagged. Okay, that's not gonna work either. Okay, so for now that's not gonna work how I want it to work. So in that case, let us go and say, instead of level select, we will say medium level, and then I am going to copy and paste this twice. This will obviously, well, that one will be medium, this one will change to easy, and then this one here we will change to hard. So we don't need to print out that anymore, What we do want to do is we want to, in here, say global, what am I doing? Global dot, what is it? Let's just go and check. Global dot level. And that here we're gonna set the number of cards that we want. So we will set easy level to, let's say 12, so we get or rather let's say easy level, and then we'll do the same for our medium one and the same for our hard. So instead of easy, that will be hard. Instead of, I did that wrong, this needs to be medium without an H, and this needs to be hard. Okay, so those we will go and create now. So let's go in here and say medium level needs to be 20. We'll start with 20 for now, and then let's do this. So easy, medium, well, let's be capital, easy, medium, hard. So hard level will be 50, medium will be 20, and easy will be 12, or let's make the medium level be 26. That gives us 13 pairs. And then hard level will be 50, so that gives us 25 pairs. Actually, let's go 30 pairs, so we'll go 60 cards, like that. Cool, so that's going to set up the game for what's called, for the how many cards you want. So here we just need to add global.easy level, copy that, paste that, and paste that. So we'll save that. And then what's wrong with this? Global does not contain definition for level. Okay, so that's what we got. We got rid of that. So here we need to get back our level. So here let's go and say public int or static int level. We'll save that, and then in here that should disappear now. Okay, so there we go. We've set our level now. So now let's go ahead and uncomment this line out. Same with this one and this one. So now we can go ahead and create a brand new scene in here. So let's create a new scene. This will be our game scene. We'll open that up, and then let's see. On here I am going to, what is it, in here, our hierarchy, I'm going to add a new game object, and that is going to be our manager. And then on here I am going to add a new script just to see if this works. So here we'll say game manager. We will create the script, and then we will drag it into our scripts folder, because I don't know why it doesn't put it straight into our scripts folder. That's the scenes folder. Straight into our scripts folder, drag that into there. So that should open over here somewhere when it finishes creating it. So let's go ahead and edit the script. So then when this scene gets opened, or when it gets loaded, we will say debug.log. In here we will just say global, or actually let's go and say, let's put some text here so you can see what we're working with. So let's say you are playing, and then in here we will say global dot level. Actually, that's going to be a number, so just say you are playing with cards. So you are playing with the number of cards. Okay, so we'll save that, and then we shall return back to the inspector, or to the Unity editor, back to our menu scene. Let's just go through this again and see if it works. So we'll play the game. You should be able to click on play, which works, and then we'll play medium. Okay, that doesn't work. Okay, so I know why that doesn't work, because we changed the methods, but we didn't reassign them in our inspector. So open this up on our canvas. We need to change our easy button from level select to easy level. Medium needs to be medium, and then our hard obviously needs to be our hard level. So we'll save that, jump back into menu scene just to make sure everything works smoothly. So I'll jump and press play. Then let's play easy medium level. Okay, game scene. Okay, things we forgot. So let's go back into our game scene, go up to file and add this into our build settings. So add open scene, close that, and now let's try this again, third time lucky. So play the game, let's play medium. So okay, you're playing with 26 cards, that works perfectly fine. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I am going to press hard. You're playing with 60 cards. Okay, so that's working nicely. So now that we have a way of determining how many cards we want in the scene, we can start working on the scene. So let's go in our game scene. I am going to add a image into our game scene. So we will create a new UI image that will create a canvas for us, which is what we want. And then on our image, I'm going to replace it with a background that we wanted. So I think we're going to use the same background as our menu. So just go and stretch that out like that, so we can save that. What else do we want to do? Okay, so I don't know if this is the background that we're going to use like throughout the game. We might change it later, but for now it will work. So what do we want to do next? Next we want to try and lay out some buttons in our game. So on our canvas we need to add in a panel. So let's go and create a new panel. For the color, I'm going to make the transparency 0 so that we can see the background image of it. And then I am going to go ahead and add in a grid layout. So what is it called? Grid layout group. So this will organize our buttons. Actually, let's do this. So we will, before we do that, let's go and add in a button to our panel. So where's button there? So it's going to pop it in the middle, and then obviously we can get rid of the text because we won't have a text on it. We will just have the background image of the back of the card to start off with. So what we want to do here is let's go and let's go and resize this. So the width we want to say about 200 maybe, and then height we'll say about 600. No, way too big. 400. Too big. 300. So we'll leave it like that for now. So let me just demonstrate this quickly. So for our buttons, what we want to do is we want to have them lined up like this. So one there, one there, one there, one there, and so on. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then for our first level, I think they are 12 cards. So that is what we want it to look like. And then obviously this is going to be that. So this is what our game will look like on our easy level. And then when you launch the game and play it, all you have to do is click on these buttons, and then it will eventually reveal what is underneath it. So you can see that you can actually click on these now, but there is an easier way to do this without having to manually add individual buttons in it, because like our different levels, with our different levels we want to automatically be able to add the correct number of buttons. So to do that, I'm going to delete all of these. So delete that one. Actually we'll leave that, and then I'm going to revert this back to the white background. So on our panel, I am going to go back and add in that grid layout, and now you can see our button has kind of shifted up there. So that is fine. What we want to do is we want to change the cell size to be equal to the same size of our button. So that is going to be, or I think we need to change it back. So I think it was 200 by 300, I think it was, yeah. So we want it to start on the upper left. We want it to be on the horizontal axis, and then the constraints is we want it to be a fixed or flexible. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, and we also wanted to start in the center, so that if we add in more, you can see that eventually they'll just keep spawning under each other like that, which is what we want. So I can go ahead and what am I doing? Okay, so that's just crashed. And that quit. Okay, so reopen it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that did not destroy any of our progress, because that would be annoying. That is the first time that's happened in a very, very long time. So let's go ahead and open up this again and see what we're working with. Okay, so we have got our game scene. The only thing that it got rid of was our panel. Okay, so let's do this again. So canvas, UI, panel, quickly. I apologize for this. That's probably because I added so many background, so many buttons. So I'm just going to do this quickly so that we can get back to where we were. So what is this? Grid layout. We want this to be cell size of 200 by 300. Upper left, horizontal, middle center, flexible. Okay, cool. In our panel, we want to add a button. Get rid of the text because we don't want that. And then I think that is fine. So this we want to put it in the middle like that. Okay. I'm going to copy and paste that. Okay, so that's fine. Why does it keep quitting? Okay, that might be a problem. So we might have to continue this in the next episode. I think we will. Okay, yeah. I will go back into that and see why that is happening, but it shouldn't. So I think we'll end it here for today, but in the next episode we will continue working on our button layout. All we have to do is lay them out and then, well, just design them really, and then tell our code what to do. We're going to use that global variable that we made for the level, where it tells us how many cards that we want. We'll use that in a for loop, and using our for loop we will go and instantiate so many buttons that we need. But yeah, we'll end it here for today just because of that stupid crash. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next episode where we hopefully won't crash. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching again. Goodbye.